What's going on, guys? Well, my man Dwight from Silverback Sillage, Post Cologne, they both tagged me in 5 Middle Eastern fragrances that make you smell like a boss. So, I guess I gotta bring you 5 Middle Eastern fragrances that make you smell like a boss. Now, we have some cheap stuff, we have some expensive stuff. There's quite some variety in this 5, and maybe not the 5 that you're probably anticipating. Some good stuff. Some of this stuff is newer to the collection. I'm even wearing one of them right now. So let's dive into this. Stay tuned. Starting with one from Paris Corner. This is called Hypnotic Oud in the North Stag range. So this is pretty new to the collection. I've only worn it twice thus far. A very, very spicy oud. Very oriental at its core. A lot of spices, resins, and woods. My kind of stuff. Definitely has that Middle Eastern tone to it. The quality here is surprising. I wouldn't call it at a level of a luxury niche fragrance, but definitely I would place it above a designer type of quality. It doesn't smell chemically harsh, overly synthetic, or anything like that. Performance is ridiculous, as pretty much all of these actually are phenomenal performers, but this one has more of a serious tone to it because it's so spicy at its core without too much oud. Obviously there is a bit of oud here, but it's more of a spicy, dry type of oud than any type of funk or anything like that. Really more so picture pencil shavings with a bunch of spice is pretty much what you can expect here. A lot of incense, a hefty dose of smokiness while still being bright and aromatic. It's not like a dark, super thick taric type of smokiness. It's more bright, aromatic, and incense heavy with its smoky appeal. Quite the lovely fragrance, and like I said, performance is great and it's cheap and affordable. First one on the list, Hypnotic Oud from North Stag. Next we're going indie niche. So there's a particular like thick sweet rose. There's some resins and incense at the top. This is more of a mysterious elixir, if anything, and that's even in the name. It's from Sphinx Fragrances. This is Sphinx Elixir. So indie niche, super high quality, great performer. And if you like the slightly heavier incensey type of fragrances, you'll see a vibe here. There's a lot of smokiness to my picks because that screams Middle Eastern to me, as these incense, spiced oriental type fragrances. That is definitely this. But this has this nice fruity, rosy, sweet top that really intoxicates my senses for sure. Wife's a big fan of this one as well, but there's an elegance to this for, I mean, the whole theme is to make you smell like a boss, right? This smells of luxury and quite pricey, though it's not super pricey. You can get this one right over $100 before any type of discounts or anything. Check my link tree. There is a 15% off code to save you some scratch on this. You can definitely get a bottle or travel sizes. You can get sample vials. You can try it. This is definitely my favorite, even over Black Anubis, which was my previous favorite of the house. This is one of their 3 newest releases to their now current, at the recording of this, 9 fragrance collection. This is a house that's making some noise quick, fast, and in a hurry. And in my opinion, if you're looking to smell like a boss, you want the most intoxicating and assertive at the same time fragrance from the house that gives you all of those Middle Eastern vibes. Like I said, resins, smokes, and such, without being a heavy oud fragrance. That's a nice change of pace, right? You might want to check out Sphinx Fragrances. This is Sphinx Elixir. Now this next one's actually my current scent of the day. I have 3 sprays on. It is immensely powerful. I've been enjoying this nice moderate to heavy sillage throughout the day. It's a very smoky, funky oud. It is a clone from Paris Corner. This is in their Emir range. This is L'Or d'Espoir Ambre, which is a Louis Vuitton Ambre Nomade clone. Even has the magnetic cap. Love that stuff. Great atomizer. And for Paris Corner, some of you may be saying, but Paris Corner, they tend to smell cheap most of the time. Not always the case. Like, this is even a higher quality than the North Stag fragrance. Like, I'm very much impressed. I would put this on the level of niche quality for sure. Whew. They definitely stepped out and showed out with their choice of raw materials to create these fragrances. They did a great job because I have sampled the authentic original from Louis Vuitton in a Louis Vuitton store, and the power is very, very similar. The quality, I would say, is close to being on par, not quite at the exact same level. Definitely the Louis Vuitton original version does smell more expensive, but this one definitely gets really, really close. I'm continue to be impressed by this particular line. They did a great job with this. This is the highest quality smelling Paris Corner fragrance I've ever put my nose on it. Very assertive, very, I guess, standoffish in some ways, because it's a very aggressive smoky oud fragrance. It is on the funky side of things. There's a little bit of this patchouli undertone smell to it, and there's a bit of rose here. It is an oud rose fragrance at its core, but it's more oud and like smoky oud than anything else. That's really what dominates this scent profile. And like I said, immensely powerful. And this one you can get super cheap, sub $50 price point. This is some damn good stuff. Of the three that I have that they released in this line, this is head and shoulders above the other two. This is the best one. And to be honest with you, I deem it a little bit more wearable than the Louis Vuitton original version, because that one's just a little bit too intrusive and aggressive, whereas this tones it back just enough to make this one a little bit more wearable for me. Definitely extremely assertive is L'Or d'Espoir Ambre from Paris Corner. With this one, I think class and elegance is the name of the game. Definitely a boss type of smell and scent profile, in my opinion. If you like herbaceous, fresh greens, you like leathers and woods, you'll probably like Afnan Supremacy Noir. This one doesn't get any love, does not get talked about of all the fragrances in the Supremacy line. This is in the realm of your Bottega Veneta Pour Hommes. Beautiful, beautiful. Like, I want to say assertive, but not aggressive. Like, it has a powerful statement, but that statement is a little bit more subdued. It definitely has a class and a serious edge to it. Not a playful scent, but if you like earthy, herbaceous greens that are still bright with a nice woodsy, leathery tone, think fragrances in the realm of like your Gucci Guilty Absolutes. Maybe dialed back just a smidge, more on the greens, less on the leather, but not a big difference. This one kind of falls into that range. Performance is well above average. Not quite the beast of some of the other fragrances I've featured in this video, but definitely a strong fragrance nonetheless. Afnan, in my experience, doesn't put out weak fragrances. Even their freshies are at least average performers. But this stuff, definitely a great, classy, everyday type of wear. Definitely has an aura, an essence of power to it without being an overpowering and overwhelming type of scent profile. Just a beautiful fragrance. Like I said, this one gets no love. This is Afnan Supremacy Noir. Last but not least, I had to really insert a banger of a Middle Eastern fragrance that'll make you smell like a boss. Here at the end, it has been my pick for Thanksgiving the last 2 years in a row. This is my favorite from the house of Amouage. This is Epic Man. So with Epic Man, it has that Middle Eastern touch, that thumbprint signature of Amouage. The resins, the smokes and incenses, the oud, a lot of spice. This one has a little bit of that kind of medicinal cleaner type smell. Like, think Tom Ford's oud wood type of smell at the top, just a little bit. A lot of spice and incense. A little on the dry side here as well. Oh, man, but this is a show out. This is a stunner. This is a special occasion type of fragrance for me personally. This is a conversation starter. Every time I've worn it, I have had a conversation about how interesting my scent profile is that I'm wearing. This is lovely. I love everything about this fragrance. It's very powerful on my skin. I've heard it used to be even stronger than it is currently, which it's already a monster on my skin. So the batches from 5+ years ago, I guess, are just absurd, because this is a beast. If you've never tried this one, I would encourage you to do so if you like spices, incense, and different takes on ouds, because if there's such a thing as a more mass appealing fragrance from Amouage for their particular style that they've kind of honed and crafted and made their own over the years, this would be that. This is a more mass appealing oud fragrance, oud incense type of fragrance. It has a little bit of that church type of smell, because like I said, the dry woods, the spices, the hefty dose of incense. This is centered around incense. Kind of saved the best for last. You want to smell like a boss, you're going to spend a little bit more money even from discounters, sub $200 price point from discounters, but you're going to get your money's worth. You want to smell like a boss with a Middle Eastern fragrance, you should really get your hands on Amouage Epic Man. Well, that's my 5 picks. Thank you again to Post Cologne and Silverback Sillage for tagging me for this video. And as per usual, I don't like to put the pressure on any one person in particular. So anybody that creates fragrance content that sees this video and decides, you know what, I'd like to do that tag myself, you are tagged. It is an open tag. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What would be your picks? Let me know down below. What Middle Eastern fragrances do you have across all ranges? As you can see, I have some indie niche, an Amouage fragrance, some cheaper stuff from Paris Corner, an Afnan fragrance. There's variety out there. If you like the Middle Eastern style, which I very much so do, I consider the incenses and the resins and the ouds to be more of that style. There's definitely some good stuff in this video for you to maybe check out. I have links down below for everything that was in this video, including both channels that tagged me. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the 5 that I featured here today and you give them a spray now, I'm extremely confident you'll thank me later, because you'll smell like a boss. Have a good one, guys.